We're back. It's been a minute. As the scale goes up, I definitely feel that increase of like strength and energy. I've never hit the 150 before. Oh my. Yeah, I know I started feeling big when I started wearing stringers and tank tops in the gym. I don't think I posted a video since I won the SAC show. And then we went to nationals and got a little taste of some higher competition. Oh, you're good. Yeah, you're so good. Anyway, yeah, we got a new cameraman behind, and we're gonna try to kick off this YouTube, get a little bit more of behind the scenes of what I'm doing, why I'm doing, how I'm going about my next prep, which will be at the beginning of the year next year. So this will be my first working set. So like, I mean, last time I came here, granted I had trained at another gym, right? So, because it's closer to my apartment, and that's where I train my clients too. So this is my first exercise, right? So I started at like 77, you know, feel it out, like 10, 15 reps. Went to like 143, because I know I can do the stack for at least 15 reps here. And my working set is 2 sets, 15 to 20. So I'm not gonna waste any energy getting up to that. You know what I mean? Told you 15. 208.3 this morning. So I weighed in at nationals at 162. So I dropped down to welterweight. Now I'm up to 208, and you guys can judge my composition when we pose. I don't think I'm very fat, but we'll let you guys be the judge. Not as big either. So this is like a nice, like lean 208. If you ask me, it's get as big as possible. As big and strong as possible, right? But realistically, like if I'm gonna compete next year, the goal is to get as close as I can to my classic weight cap, which is 187. So I weighed in for nationals at 162. So that gives me 25 pounds. Is that right? I can't be competitive at that weight, like being that far under my cap, especially with my height. I'm 5'7", Class B ends at 5'9". So some of those guys are coming in realistically at like 203. So if I want to go pro, my best shot is coming at 187, you know, as lean as they did. Like similar conditioning, because I really can't get much leaner than I did last prep. When I started with Chris, honestly, when we started prep, we were like 196. I'm 208, yeah, like pretty lean, like, yeah, they're there. I'm not fat. My training programming is changing, like Monday. I'm not gonna have flat dumbbell in for a while, so I might try the 150s. Yeah, just see how many I can get. I've never hit the 150s before, so. But I've been doing like the 140s for like 8. Last week I did the 145s for like 5, but they're metal, so it's like 10 times heavier since they're metal. Big breath in. I feel like you can get a little deeper. I prefer getting all the way down to the chest. If you did go all the way down, you get like maybe 1 or 2 less reps. It's not like you don't have control of it. That's easy. Oh, that was pretty good. Hit the 150s and then I dropped down to like 120, 110. Okay. I've never done those. Yeah. I've never ever done those. Yeah, I'm definitely at my peak like strength. We're Project Ascend right now. cardio set. All right, on to the next movement. Like I'm doing the plate just to feel the movement out, but I'm already kind of warm. Like I already did pec deck, I already did flat. So I'm just kind of feeling the weight out. I already know what I can hit. Like I'm gonna be able to do 275 for somewhere to 5 to 8 reps. 2 weeks ago I did it for 5. Last week I did it for 6. So ideally 7. I gotta just make sure my body's ready to hit this. So I just need to make sure I rest, because when I do stuff like this and I'm start rushing, especially because we're recording, if I just start rushing through it, I'll leave some reps in the tank, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just because I go into it too early. So ideally I just rest until I'm ready. Like I try not to wait too long, but I'm not gonna go with like, if my heart rate is still going, you know what I mean? It's not a movement like tricep extension where I'm trying to go as fast, like, you know, it's not gonna be as like strenuous, whereas I'm doing incline 275 versus doing cable tricep extensions where I can recover a lot faster. Especially a compound movement like this, I want to take my time, make sure I'm getting each and every, like, everything I can get out of each set. See, and even sometimes I'll just hit it for 1 just to kind of feel it, especially because I've never done it here on this rack. So feel it for 1. Now I'll take like a longer rest break and get ready to hit it for like my actual working set. One more. Okay. All right, I'll take it. I'm maxing out on flat. Like, that's a decent size. I will say, not an excuse. The barbell feels a little like weird. Didn't feel very stable compared to what I usually feel, but it's not an excuse. But I'll take it. Now we'll just do like 225 and rep it out. I'm in my off season right now and kind of towards like the end of my programming, right? I have my coach, Chris, but I have someone I bounce training off of. His name's Peyton, and he's in like Missouri. He's a huge, huge dude. We kind of have this agreement where I kind of try to get away with the most volume I can recover from. That could be me doing 2 sets per movement, 3 sets per movement, kind of depending on the lacking body part. But I'm trying to get away with as much volume as I personally can get away with while recovering. So for me personally, you know, that's 3 to 4 working sets. Something like this, like flat, I did 3 sets. I'll probably do 3 sets here, and the rest of my movements for chest will be 2 sets. Whereas next week I'm starting a new program, a little bit more different movements involved. So volume is gonna go up based on recovery. And I also have to account for, you know, how many clients am I gonna train this week? What time am I waking up? How many hours of sleep am I getting? So that kind of dependent on how much volume I'm doing each session as well. So it's very dependent. As I get stronger and like as I get bigger and like, especially with like the supplements, my strength and like urge to get stronger gets higher, but my joints aren't necessarily ready for that. After prep, I went from like 160 to 200 like within a matter of like 8 weeks.
Yeah, but your joints gotta catch up.
Yeah, my joints, like literally just going like this, I would just get cramps going through my entire chest. And I had to take a whole month off training upper body. It's worth it. Comes with the cost. I've been doing like a lot of mobility stuff for my rotator cuffs, my hips. Yeah, like longevity is really important, especially like, I'm not old, but as I get older, I don't want to be that guy that's like, can't walk, you know? That's like, especially that's one thing me and my girlfriend talk about is just like long term, like 10, 15 years later, I don't want to be, especially when I have kids, I don't want to be freaking limping around and stuff. I want to be jacked and mobile. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna try to get 2 plates with my body weight for like 12. So like anything that's like hard on my wrists is just like, it's such a pain. And sometimes when I train clients, I'll train forearms, like I'll train forearms and wrists. But I was benching like 275 and I took it to failure. And this is when I was at my other gym and I didn't have a spot. And I literally like rolled it off me. And I have been dealing with the worst wrist pain ever since I did that. But we just pushed through it. I look at a lot of powerlifters just because, you know, their mindset when it comes to like training, like elite powerlifters, it's not always going to be like, sometimes it's going to hurt. And you know, it's gonna like, not everything's gonna be like pain-free, especially when you're pushing heavy weight. And especially for me, I'm like, I like bodybuilding, but at the end of the day, I like training. I like training more than bodybuilding. Like, I would still be in here doing this if it weren't like the stage wasn't there, right? Yeah. So, you know, when people try to like say like, oh, you shouldn't be lifting heavy, you're a bodybuilder, like, I like to train first, like bodybuilding comes second. Anyway, the hot take. But yeah, I'm big on like weighted pull-ups, dips, compound movements, barbell movements. I feel like a lot of people stray away from those movements nowadays, but I feel like those are like the foundation that build like quality, dense muscle tissue. No, when I first started lifting, I would do the like bench, you know, deadlift, squat. I still squat, I'm gonna start doing deadlifts again next week. Stiff leg deadlifts, not conventional, but 208 plus 90 pounds, 300 pounds. Yeah. We'll take it. Now just do a plate. When it comes to, after a certain amount of time, you know, I'm big on keeping things the same and progressing movements as far as I can take them. But it does get to a point where the progression and injury kind of prevention come into play, right? Where I can push a movement so far that the amount of load I'm using, it comes to a point like, okay, how much is too much, right? So if I keep progressing those dumbbells up to 160, 170, you know, at some point in time, I'm probably gonna run into an injury. So I've worked them up. I've never done the 150s before. So we'll back off that movement for a little bit and focus on prioritizing, progressing like a different movement. Like, for example, next week, my main movement will be incline barbell instead of putting that third into my push day. I still have pec deck first, but a little bit more incline based. And then just changing up volume and just getting different stimulus from different exercises, hitting the muscle from different angles, right? So that's the main thing. I feel like I always want to get bigger, but this is a good look. Like, I look pretty good. It's obviously mid-workout. I'm not at the end yet, but definitely like the biggest I've ever looked. My composition is really good. As the scale goes up, I definitely feel that increase of like strength and energy. Like, I can tell the difference between lifting when I wake up at like 208 versus like when I wake up at like 203, 204. So like, as that scale goes up, I definitely feel more stronger and better, but I'm sure there's gonna be like a time where that'll be too much. So I kind of just have to keep an eye on my composition and how I look. That's why I have a coach. So it's important to have a coach to kind of have these things, you know, looked over, so you're not just kind of looking at it at your point of view, because we can kind of have this, you know, closed off point of view. And for me, I'm very open to like constructive criticism, whereas like some people aren't. So you have to be kind of open to constructive criticism, open to from someone higher up. Don't take criticism from some people who haven't been in your position. But when it comes to your progress, you know, be open to listening to what people have to say and, you know, taking that and, you know, not just getting upset over it, having a chip on your shoulder. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's up, Phil? How are you? Good. You done this year?
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna take a whole year off, man. I'm gonna get super fucking jacked.
There you go. Hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm just those open guys are big, man.
Yeah, I know I started feeling big when I started wearing stringers and tank tops in the gym. That's
a real thing.
I never used to wear like tank tops or stringers. I always wear like oversized clothes. People say you're big, but like their standard of big is different than my standard of big. That's also like one thing when people say like don't train, like shouldn't train super heavy. That's relative to like every person's strength. You know what I mean? Like what may deem heavy and unsafe to you might not be unsafe and heavy to me or the next guy. You know what I mean? So I think that's also something people need to account for. First YouTube video in a while. It's been a grind, so it was kind of awkward at first, but I feel like we got into like a good little rhythm towards the end.
Yeah.
But no, I think just moving forward, try to put out a little bit more videos, you know, every other week, I think is the goal, right? We have about 6 months of growing pretty much, because we'll look to start prep around January, February. So I'm gonna be taking you guys through kind of what we're doing to grow. And I hate to be that guy, but this is kind of like the journey to go pro. So might not be next year, might not be the year after, might be this year, who knows? But this is what we're doing, and you guys are gonna see it. So let me know what questions you guys have, what you guys wanna see. Definitely gonna start have a little bit different format of videos than what I've been doing. So definitely let me know what you guys think. You guys have any questions, what you guys wanna see. And yeah, I mean, that pretty much wraps it up, right? I'll read all the comments, like I'll answer questions. TikTok, Instagram, I'm gonna be spamming this all over. So let's run it up, guys. Let's drop a sub, like, comment, and then, yeah, let me know. I mean, you know, Q&A, all that good stuff. You know, you guys, what do you guys want to know? I'm an open book. So let me know.
Road to pro.
Road to pro.